Welcome back to Action Hobbies. Today I'm here to talk to you about magazines, typically the one that you find in your M4 or your brand new AK, etc. Now, various magazines can come with various brands. As a rule of thumb, majority of manufacturers tend to include a high capacity magazine with your gun. Now, what's the difference? Low capacity magazines are typically what they say they are. Low capacity holds anything up to about 40 rounds. A mid-capacity magazine, you may have heard mentioned, is typically up to about 120 rounds. Typically, this is an AK mid-capacity magazine. And then you have high-capacity magazines and drum magazines. So what's the difference between those two? Now, it's all about the loading. A drum magazine or high-capacity magazine load differently to a mid-capacity and a low-capacity. Very easy to lower mid or low capacity. You simply get your speed loader, put it in the top, put loads of BBs in, it's loaded, and you're ready to shoot, ready to fire. A lot of players like these, jury's out with me on them, but that effectively is how you load a low capacity and a mid capacity magazine. Now, high capacity magazines vary very slightly in the fact of, generally as a rule of thumb, they'll have a wheel that you wind because they hold a lot more rounds. Or in the case of this high capacity magazine, they have a little hatch and you have a pull cord on the bottom that enables you to load a lot faster. They hold a lot more capacity by their very nature. So how can you tell if your gun has included one when you bought it new? Simple. A high capacity magazine will have a loading hatch. Typically here on an M4, on a P90, your loading hatch typically is at the top here. Raise it up. And I will get it undone, but it's basically behind that. Now, typically you find them on AUGs, even G36s, they're generally behind, as a rule of thumb, behind where the BBs come out. So many people say to us, I've just got my new gun and it only shoots upside down. The simple fact is people have got a high capacity mag and they're trying to fill it via the feed tube. That is what you don't do. The problem is a lot of back garden plinking guns only come with effectively speed loader fed magazines. They don't have high cap. If yours, the rule of thumb is if yours has got a windy wheel, then it will have a hatch somewhere for you to load through. And it's that simple to use. So that concludes our video on differences of magazines. Nice and short, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.